Hello, my fellow modeling and tabletop gaming enthusiasts, and welcome to the Mediocre Modeler Show. This week, we're going to take another look at a kit, not a new kit, but a kit that is new to me, and that, of course, is the Panther X for Conflict 47. If you haven't gathered, this is like, all about Conflict 47 on this channel nowadays. I've got a few other things going on, but without any further ado, let's head on down to the bench and take a look at what we get in the Panther X. All right. Here we go. The German Panther X in the old school original OG boxing. It was this right here that got me. I thought that looked cool. And I was able to get it for a good deal on eBay, like 20 bucks off or something like that. So figured might as well just go for it. Why not? And I don't have another sci-fi tank for my Germans or my Axis yet. So decided to pick that up so you can get the lore on the turret. I think they started out with the Panzer IV and then decided they'd move it up to the bigger Panther chassis. And then not included, but just for scale. And then just a little bit of assembly instruction. I mean, you get the full instructions for how to assemble the actual Panther chassis, but then just, a little bit for doing the grav turret. Of course, your little decal sheet. And then, of course, it tells you everything you get. But let's go ahead and get this out and have a look. That is everything in the box minus the insert. So, all right. So we didn't get any blast markers or anything. So, of course, the little insert there. We get our instructions on assembling our. So this is an AUSF A. Type A Panther. Options for your closed or open driver's hatch there. And then we flip it over, you get your hull assembly and your turret assembly, which of course wouldn't be a bad idea to do in case you wanted to swap it out for just a regular Panther for some reason, because big tanks are still going to do damage. I haven't actually opened the plastics yet, so let's go ahead and get them on open. I'll do it for y'all. All right, so it's one thing I do like that they do, Warlord does, is they just make all your road wheels one piece, because assembling and painting those is kind of a pain. Their track assemblies, I can tolerate. Okay, anyway, we'll worry about this sprue first. So we've got our back, kind of our side skirts, got a little bit of flashing to clean up there. Ooh, we got a lot of flashing on our MGs. Of course, our turret assembly. Of course, this is all modeled with the Zimmerit already on, which is cool. Don't get me wrong, but it's a little bit too uniform. Really, I've been watching a little too much Uncle Night Shift lately. So I suppose I could scrape it up and damage it, but will I? That's another question. Just would have been kind of a little nice. Whatever. I'm not going to complain. Again, a little bit of flash on the tracks. I'm not used to working with German tracks. They're just so large. And I like how they have the sag modeled into them there. You can see, so as it comes over that drive sprocket and then sags back down over the road wheels. And then the bottom of our tub here, our drive sprockets. And I think we've got another half of our drive sprockets over here as well. And then, of course, it does include all the exhausts and everything. A commander figure, which unfortunately is not going to. Maybe it will. I don't know. We might do some testing here, but if you're here for the Panther X. So let's go ahead and have a look at that. That's the important stuff. So, all right. So included is, of course, our decal sheet. Thank you, Vass, as always. I've got a pile of these I need to go put in my stash. These QR codes. I think I got more from Becky than anyone else. Someday I hope to meet Becky. And then Gabor. So we've got our hatch cover for our turret here, as well as a couple machine gun barrels. I know one is going to go in the bow, and then another one's going to go right here in the turret. I like they did model the Zimmerit on the turret, but again, it's a little too factory fresh for me personally. A little bit of mold gates and stuff to clean up, but not going to be difficult. I think it's a very strong casting. There's very well done. Not seeing any air bubbles or anything. Clean of release agent. Doesn't feel greasy or slimy at all. But who knows how old this kit actually or this casting actually is. So okay, so what I was wondering is if the commander would actually fit in the turret. Because I was looking at it, it's like, that's a little bit too small. But now I'm kind of questioning a little bit. So we're just going to conduct a test. Got some disc bay nippers. I've had these for like a while. Wow, that turns out a lot easier. Bought these as sort of an alternative because I was tired of using cheap ones. So I bought the disc bay ones because they were cheaper than God Hand. Actually really happy with them. Turned out really well. I think I bought them from like GundamStoreUSA.com or something like that. So like that, it will fit with some shortening. I don't know. We'll have to think about that. That might be kind of cool. Have our little dude popping out there. We'll have to think about that. So yeah, that's pretty neat. That's gonna look cool. Plop. And of course, we'll clean that up so it actually fits properly. I think that's going to be cool. Find some way to, well, I guess I don't really need to magnetize it, but yeah, that's cool. So yeah, there we go. There is the Panther X for Conflict 47. Well, there we have it, folks. The Panther X for Conflict 47. Like I said, it was really kind of the side skirts and just the shape of the hull that got me. And I got a deal on it on eBay. So that was a good deal. I think I've mentioned before, I've been scouring eBay for just deals on Conflict 47 stuff. And I've managed to come up with a few. So I got Squad of Shrekwolfen. I got that Panther X. And I recently, just like 2 days ago maybe, got a squad of Axis Heavy Infantry. Just the old school Mark 1 Heavy Infantry. So that's pretty cool. I'm kind of kicking myself because a month or so ago, there was a lot of like 18, no, I want to say it was 13 Heavy Infantry. So it had the command team, it had the heavy anti-tank team, the heavy Panzerfaust, as well as the 8-man squad of power armor, plus a whole 8-man squad of Totencore, and I made an offer on it and got rejected and then immediately sold. So I'm kind of kicking myself for not just hitting buy it now, paying the $50-something or whatever. But we're getting there. We're getting there. I mean, I think this squad of, I think with shipping, it's going to be like, it's like $40-something for this squad of power armor Axis infantry, but it's used, but all the pieces are there. I did look at the pictures a little closer this time. All the pieces are there. So that should be pretty cool. I'm just definitely adding to the collection, adding to the backlog. As I'm looking at the backlog, it's like, well, it's not terrible. I still got a couple of walkers I need to do, but yeah, lots of good stuff. Lots of good stuff. But I'm taking on another commission to try and hammer out another commission job prior to taking my month off for learning Conflict 47. Hopefully be able to get it done in time. If not, it means it just delays my time off, but that's okay. We'll bring in the money. Yeah, like I said before in the intro, this has pretty much all been about Conflict 47 lately, but yesterday I did build a little TIE fighter. Like a little 1/144 scale TIE fighter I picked up, and came as a 2-piece set. It's also got the TIE Advanced X1 from Star Wars, so just static models. Be fun to build. So yeah, so that's that's where we're at right now. All right. Well, thank you folks very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the show. Be sure to check out those links in the description below for my social media, as well as my Warlord Games affiliate link. Warlord did make a statement, I think earlier this past week or the week before, that they're trying to find a solution to the newly imposed tariffs for U.S. customers. So we'll see what their solution is. I'm just seeing stuff all over the board as to how much, despite the fact that it's only it's a 10% tariff. But brokerage fees apparently are what's killing a lot of people. I don't know what's going to happen. It's just all a cluster right now. So, anyway, check out that Warlord Games affiliate link. Excuse me. As well as the link for the Wisconsin Maritime Museum. Stay up to date on the USS Cobia dry dock project because it is almost September and they're hoping to get her hauled up to dry dock for too much longer. So, definitely keep up to date, up to speed with that. So, as always, folks, thank you so much for watching. I sure hope you enjoyed the show. And until next time, may your paints be thin, your brushes be pointy, and your dice be hot.